Hey guys, Miss Blair here. Yesterday we looked at some books that give us information, and I'm wondering what sort of things you noticed about informational books that are maybe different from narratives or stories. Here are a few things I noticed. So I noticed that all informational books have a table of contents, and a table of contents tells us how many chapters are in the book, what the chapters are going to talk about, and the different topics the author is going to cover. I know that informational books also contain facts and true information. Informational books have diagrams or pictures, and those diagrams have labels on them. Like if you were reading a book about a shark, like I was, a diagram told me the different types of fins on a shark. And informational books also have a glossary in the back. And the glossary tells us different words that we might not know, and they tell us the definition of those words. Now, when someone writes an informational book, usually that person does a lot of research on the subject they're writing about or the person they're writing about. Like the book I read, Smart About Sharks, I know that the author, Owen Davey, probably did a lot of research on sharks. And he probably studied sharks and read a ton of books. Maybe he went to an aquarium, but he knows a lot about sharks, and he was able to write this book. So, I want us to write an informational book. And to write an informational book, we either need to do a lot of research on a subject, or we can write about something we already know. And so I want to write about something we know better than anybody else, and that is ourselves. We know us better than anybody else, so that's why our first book is going to be called All About Me. We also know that before we write any kind of story or narrative or opinion or informational piece, we need to start a map, and we need to have a plan for our writing to make our writing better. So I've given you guys a map or plan to use to write out your informational essay, and if you don't have a printer, it's okay. You can just write it down on a piece of paper. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put our title. And remember, the title tells us what our informational book is going to be called, and our informational book is going to be called All About Me. And remember, we are going to capitalize our title because we capitalize the title of books. And then we're going to start with our topic sentence. And remember, your topic sentence tells the reader what your story or what your paper or what your essay is going to be about. And we write things to be read, and so we want to tell our reader what our story is going to be about, and that's what we use our topic sentence for. So I'm going to keep my reader in mind as I write my topic sentence for my All About Me book. So I'm going to write, my name is Miss Blair, and I am an awesome person. Now, yours doesn't have to be the same as mine, because obviously your name is not Miss Blair, so you're going to change your name, but you could put in different adjectives that you want. You could say, my name is your name, and I am a fantastic person, or I am a great person, or I'm a hilarious person, okay? Anything you want to put in there. It's your book. It's for you to tell to your reader, so you put what you want to put. Now I want to add in 3 or 4 facts that I want my reader to know. So, some of these facts that you could put in, you could put your age, put where you live, you could put anything about your family, like how many siblings you have, who you live with. You could write about your pets, your favorite color, your favorite food, what kind of sports you play, anything you want. This is a time for you to be creative, and you could write whatever facts you want your reader to know about. So I'm going to write these 4 facts. I wrote, I live in Los Angeles. I have a Persian cat named Piper. My favorite food to eat is chocolate. And I love to go to Disneyland with my family. So there's the start of my All About Me book. I have my topic sentence and my 4 really good facts. And if you have time, or if you just really love writing, then for each one of those facts, expand on that fact. So I wrote, I have a Persian cat named Piper. That's one of my facts. If I have time and I want to write more about that fact, I can. I can write that in. I could write how I have a cat named Piper. I could write when I got her. I could write how long I've had her. And I could write what I do with her. Right? So every fact you have, if you can, you could expand on that. So finally, we're going to end our map with our concluding sentence. Remember, our concluding sentence is our conclusion. It's how we end the paper, and it's how we tell the reader that we're ending the paper. So I'm going to end mine by saying, now you know all about me, and I put an exclamation point. So that is the start of our All About Me book, and we're going to keep working on this. So check on Google Classroom later this week because I will give you paper to start writing your first draft for this, and I cannot wait to see the facts that you guys write about yourself. Bye!